Okay, hello everybody. This is lab 7, and in this lab we are going to program a geometric and arithmetic series using assembly code. Okay, so the objective of the lab is to write assembly code to perform complex arithmetic operations. Basically, you're going to be using call and jump operation to implement such arithmetic operation functions. Okay, there are two pre-lab activities or reading. So in case you guys forget about geometric series, just go through this link, take a look at some of those equations to refresh your memory. And also this is another link for that kind of describe arithmetic series. Nothing complex. You guys have seen this in high school. Also, you may have seen this in some of the math prerequisite courses in CSCCR. Okay, what we want to do, basically, we want to implement these two functions in assembly. So what are these functions? Let me explain that. Okay, let's see if my pen is working well. That's good. So the first one is, this one is the geometric series. So what we want to do, we don't want to calculate the whole geometric series. We just want to produce different terms in this series. By that, what I mean, okay, so you have this geometric series G of K, which is equal to A multiplied by R to the power K. So A and R are some constant number, A and R some constant integer number, numbers. So basically, so these are a number, and K kind of specify the kth element in your geometric series. Okay, let me give you an example. For example, your series could be J of K if we define A as 2 and, for example, R as not 1, let's not make it 1, make it as 4, right? Then J of K would be 2 multiplied by R, which R now is 4 to the power K. This is your geometric series, okay? And now this question is asking you to produce n number of terms for your series. For example, in here, we ask you to produce 4 terms in your geometric series. So how we do that? By using pen and paper. Basically, let's K start from 1, not 0 for now. If you want to do that, assuming that K, let me see if we have started K from 0. For this question to be consistent with our example here, we start K from 0. So doing that for this series, then we are going to have G of 0 for K0, 2 multiplied by 4 to the power 0. This gives us 2 multiplied 1 equal to 2. The second term is going to be G1, sorry, 2 multiplied by 4 to the power 1. And this time we are going to have value 8. The third term, which the index is 2, we are going to have this value, 2 multiplied by 16, 32. And we said we're gonna have 4 terms, right? We said n equal to, we said create 4 terms of this series. And G3 is going to be equal to the power 4 to the power 3, which is 2 multiplied by 4 by 16 is 64, 128. Basically, your program has to take this value, a equal to 2, R4, and N4, and its output should be 2, 8, 32, and 128. This is 128. So this is for your geometric series. So you don't want to compute the multiplication of them. So you just want the terms. Very simple. Okay, now I want to make this a bit interactive and ask you to do a bit of calculation on your end, and then we check it out together to see if you all got it right, because you need to get this right in order to be able to understand how to code it. Okay, so let's do that. For this example, I'm gonna define some values for a, okay, let me go back up. So this is your series. Okay, so I want to give you some value that you read from the keyboard, right? Assume that you read these values. You read A as 3, R as 2, and we want basically 4 terms of this geometric series. Using this formula, can you compute the 4 terms and start with k equals 0 and post your answer on the chat room? Okay. So take down these numbers, okay? So I will not be moving until I get some answer from you guys. Take this number, take this series, and use the series that we have in here. This one, replace this number, produce 4 terms in this series, and let me know what those 4 terms are. Okay, perfect. So your answer is correct in the chat room. In case some of you wondering what the answer is going to be for this case, just write that down. All right, so since you guys know how to do it, I wanna this time give an example for the second one, for the arithmetic series, for this one. So basically same thing. So you should be writing a program that takes value A, value R, and that's it, and the number of terms, N. So for example, in here, assume that A is 3, R is 4. Oh, sorry. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, this time we are going to basically code the second one. This one is the arithmetic series. Again, it has 2 coefficients that we're gonna enter through the standard input and keyboard to get 3 from the keyboard, to get R as 4, and also the number of terms. You don't get K here, guys. K is basically the index of the elements that you are producing. So in here you receive n. N is the number of terms. For example, in here, assume that n is 5, right? So we want 5 of these elements to print it out. So your program should be flexible to get all these 3 numbers and produce the output. So if you write the program, then you can see like n equal to 1,000. Then the program going to produce 1,000 terms on the screen. So let's see how this is going to turn out. So a of k in this case is going to turn out like this. A of k is going to be a, which in this case is 3, plus k multiplied by r. Our r is 4, therefore it's going to be 3 plus 4r. So this is going to be 4k, sorry. So this one is 4k. So this is going to be our equation this time. Okay, can you guys go ahead and produce 5 terms for this? I'm sorry if this is so simple for you guys, because this is simple for many of the students, but I have like few students last semester that they didn't know what's going on. That's the reason I'm going through the simple arithmetic of that, so that it's clear for everyone in the class. So for this case, we want to produce 5 terms for this arithmetic series. So go ahead and do that, and start k with equal to 0, right? So basically we want a0, we want a1, a2, a3, and a4. So we want this term. Okay, so you start with k0, then basically I see some answer in the chat. That's good. K1, then it's going to be 7, and so on. So let me take a look at the answers in the chat and provide some feedback. Okay. Yeah, most of you got this correct. So basically 3, 7. Enrique, you probably need to take a look at the equation again. So the second term is 7. Okay. Okay, we are converging 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. So basically when you enter these values in the screen, the output should be the numbers that you guys listed on the chat. Thank you everybody for your participation. Let me see if I can share something in my Linux. All right. Okay, you guys are able to see my Linux screen?
Yes.
Perfect. So let me run the program for you guys to see what is expected from it. Okay, when I run it, it asks for the value of the A, it asks for the value of 3, and it's also asked for the number of terms that we want to print out. For this case, I want to only print out 2 terms. So what you see on the screen, right, you see 2 numbers. You can also make some messages that tells you what these numbers are, but I just consider the simple case. So the first number is the first element of the geometric series, and the second element is the first one for the arithmetic series. And here is the second element for that series, and this one is the second element for the arithmetic series. To make this clear, you can print out some messages saying that the terms for geometric series are, then you list that. And then next, once you finish that, you can say the terms for arithmetic series are this. So I didn't put any prompt in here because I wanted to make the program very simple. But you guys basically can do this. So to do this, there are like many ways. So you can read the numbers and put them in the memory, right? And basically, then you get the number from memory and do the manipulation. So in here, as you can see, we define input A as a reserved word in the uninitialized section of the memory, are the same, and the number of terms in this location of the memory, and we created geometric series label and arithmetic series label in the memory, and we start reading from the input, right? So in here we said move prompt A, where prompt A is a message telling the user enter your number, and then we start reading the integer one by one. So the first one we say is, for example, A. We take that value from EAX and put it in the memory location input A, and then prompt R is for the R part. So we print it out and ask the user to enter the second value, so that we take that value, put it in the memory, and when we calculate the series, we can invoke those values from the memory and do the calculation and print it out. So you can use the memory, uninitialized part of the memory, to do that, or you can read the memory, the values from the keyboard and put it in some general purpose registers and use those registers to do your arithmetic calculations. The program doesn't have any, a special trick or something. It's very straightforward. You use call and jump function basically, and loop through your series to produce different terms. Perfect. Any questions? Okay, let me stop sharing.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When you were running the program, I noticed you had N as 2, and then there was the 2, and then a space, and then the 6, 5. What were the last two numbers? I missed what that was.
Oh, okay. So you know that we have two series, right? One is the geometric series, and the second one.
Yes. Okay, I see.
So the first two terms is the first element of the geometric and arithmetic, and the second two are the second element of that. You guys can write a program that separately prints out all the terms for one series and all the terms for the other series. That might be less confusing when you print that out. Or you can print out some like messages at the screen, say that okay, these are the terms for the geometric series, and then print out those. And then once you finish that, say okay, these are the terms for arithmetic series. That's going to be better, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording now.